We just saw one person that may be suspicious. They're getting their ID right now. They're doing a full check on them. Oh, they're doing a shakedown on every single one of these guys.
Without God, this what happened in El Salvador is impossible.
El Salvador, a country that has taken the world by surprise in the past few years due to its intense gang crackdown and leadership of their president Nayib Bukele. El Salvador used to be the murder capital of the world, however now they have performed the largest and most successful gang crackdown in modern history. And in this video I have the opportunity to search for gangsters with the El Salvadorian police and meet with one of President Bukele's most trusted government officials, Gustavo Villatoro, who is in charge of the country's security and public safety. In this video, you will learn about the new techniques and technologies that have turned this country from the murder capital of the world to the safest country in the Western Hemisphere. And before we go search for gangsters with the police, it's important to understand how the government fights the gangs here in El Salvador. Let's go meet with the man who's in charge of the gang crackdown here inside El Salvador, Minister Gustavo Villatoro. No one else has ever really received privilege like this to come in here inside El Salvador, and we got all this cool stuff. He's going to give us a tour of what's going on and talk to us about what's happening here inside El Salvador. What is all this stuff right here?
Lo importante de este dron es que ha sido un dron ensamblado y programado en El Salvador. Y por acá pues todo el armamento.
Y todas estas armas, la policía salgan con esos tipos de armas cada día.
Correcto.
And depending on what type of officer you are, you use a different gun. This one is for a rural police officer, this one is for special forces, and this one is for 911 dispatch officers. And to see exactly how they monitor and control crime inside the country, he took me to this whiteboard which has the country divided into 1,142 squares, and inside each square it specifies exactly what crimes are occurring and what have occurred in the past.
Esto sirve para preparar el rol del servicio del día de ahora. Esto a las 5 de la mañana. Lo tuvieron que ver.
In the year of 2023, they had record low crime numbers, and this year it is even lower. They have reduced crime by another 47%.
This is why we say that we are transforming our country in a public safety way.
And they also have a map that shows the live location of each police officer. This is a technology he calls LTE police.
LTE police. This is,
wow.
We are the first in the world.
So you guys are the first country in the entire world to implement what you guys have going on right now.
Yes, we are. Nowadays, no one around the world can see where the police officers are in the territory in real time. We are talking in real time. We are not talking about the traditional walkie-talkie communication.
Before Nayib Bukele and before you started working with him, was any of this stuff happening or?
No. Before President Bukele came to president, public safety was disaster. Yeah, completely disaster.
And so what makes Nayib Bukele and you as a leader, what makes you guys different from the different leaders that you guys have had before here in El Salvador?
Well, we are understanding that when people talk about democracy, it's a hypocrisy because no one practices the real democracy, and we are dealing with the real democracy. Why? Because we are continuing listening our people, and people always ask government security, but no one did. Now we are living in a new democracy, the real democracy, where the government, the president, listen their people and solve the problem that the people are asking for.
And what role has SECOP played into all this plan, with the plan of Nayib Bukele and the plan of the country?
Well, in our understanding, imagine a country for more than 30 years asking.
If you need affordable tools that actually last, stop scrolling. This is the Vivor retractable.
SECOP is the best monument of justice that no one did in the past.
Because how long can somebody be in SECOP for? Once somebody gets sent to SECOP, how long are they in there for?
For the members means serial killer, we are not planning to go out there, never. They has to pass their entire life inside SECOP.
I've watched a few interviews of Nayib Bukele, and I've watched other things, and he often talks about the role of God and the miracles you guys have seen. Do you believe that God has been placing miracles in the lives of people here inside El Salvador and here inside the government?
Yes, without doubt. Yeah, we believe in God, and of course we know that we are having some God support in our jobs. Imagine how many people died in this country in the last 20 years, around more than 100,000 people. And imagine their families asking God justice. Of course, God listen them, and we are working with the support of God.
I think that's so powerful because a lot of people in societies, I feel like they're trying to take God out of the equation, but what you guys have realized is by implementing God even more in your society, you guys are seeing more miracles and more peace come about.
Yes. This is why this is a miracle. Some people call this because this is not just human intention, human expertise. Is a mix with God. Without God, this what happened in El Salvador is impossible.
And after discussing with him the power of God inside the government, he showed me a book that shows exactly how each gang would mark themselves with what tattoos. Now, do you think the gangsters are happy about Nayib Bukele and him putting them all in jail?
No, they are not happy, but this is the idea.
Just wrapped up the interview with the Minister of Justice and Security here inside El Salvador. Now, I'm going to be heading off with the police, and we're going to go do some surveillance around the city, go around to where it was once the most dangerous and the most impoverished and the most gang-ridden area, gang-controlled area in all of El Salvador. We're going to go meet up with the police officers right now. So this is the group we're going out with right now. They're putting them all in line. They're specifically assigned to destinations where there's high-risk crime, where something suspicious may be going on. And right now they're getting their orders as to what we are going to be doing today here in one of these colonias, in one of these areas here in El Salvador. I've been told that we're going to be going to one of the most dangerous areas, I think it's called Chupangos. Not 100% sure. Right now we're going to go in and try to protect the area, the people, the good citizens, and get rid of anybody that's suspicious or somebody that could possibly be a gangster in the area. Just got put with this team of police officers. We're going to head back here. I'm going to get in the back. And because here in El Salvador they don't accept any criminals, we're going to be trying to find anybody we can. We're going to be taking them in to the prison here in El Salvador. If we find anybody, we're going to keep the streets clean here in El Salvador, because here in El Salvador, they don't accept gangsters and they don't accept criminals. We walk on the streets, and we're going to be taking down anybody as I'm here with the police here inside El Salvador. And we got 2 police officers in the back. It's a downpour right now. It is currently pouring, and now we're about to head into the area where there's some suspicious activities going on. We're going to try to take care of the streets here inside El Salvador today. Oh, wow. A lot of these people probably have never seen a gringo walking around, driving around with the police in one of the areas. We're trying to find some gangsters. What are we looking for right now?
Ahorita, junto a la policía, estamos haciendo un recorrido, viendo si hay algún sospechoso, si hay algún pandillero.
Hopefully these gangsters start coming out of the holes like rats, and we'll go find them and take them down. With just a few minutes of being inside the area, the police found somebody who they thought was suspicious. ¿Cómo sabemos? We just found one person that may be suspicious. They're getting their ID right now. They're doing a full check on them. Soon they're going to be, and I believe they're going to be looking for their tattoos in just a second. After checking this man's ID, they let him go back into his house, and we went in right after. Right now they're asking for the owner of the home. They're asking for papers right now. She's going to have to go back there and get her papers. The police then went inside the home looking for any sort of signs of any gang affiliation or anything that could cause any sort of suspicious activity, such as drug usage or anything else that could be illegal. Sounds good? Alright, no, nothing was going on inside this house. We're going to move up to the next house. This is stuff you can't make up right now. We're chasing down criminals inside of the streets, inside of the slums of El Salvador right now, trying to find anybody that's up to no good. We're just trying to protect the country right now. ¿Y qué hicieron la policía cuando entraron por la casa?
policía entra a la casa a asegurarse a ver quiénes viven, qué cantidad de personas viven, verifican nuestra documentación, que todo esté en regla y gracias a Dios pues la documentación todo se mantiene.
¿Y cómo se siente al saber que la protección está tan buena aquí en El Salvador ahora?
Pues nos sentimos bien, nos sentimos quizás agradecidos, ¿verdad? Porque hoy en día en la situación creemos de que es mucho mejor que en el tiempo que se vivía, ¿verdad? En todos los aspectos, en todos los aspectos.
As we're going through these neighborhoods, we're not only just looking for bad people, and they're also just trying to make sure that everything is secure inside these homes. That last person we talked to was very thankful that the police actually do this for them because they know that their house is protected. Antes de Nayib Bukele fue presidente, ¿cómo fue la situación adentro de tu barrio?
Estaba duro, tremendo, estaba seria la cosa, pero hoy gracias a Dios ya se compuso. Ha hecho bastante el gobierno con bastantes cosas.
Antes, ¿cómo qué pasaría aquí?
Ya que hacían de todas las cosas los hombres, me decían lo que ellos querían.
¿Qué tipos de bandas estaban encargadas de este sector?
Solo la MS era aquí, solo hay. Ellos gobernaron todo este sector.
When gangs used to control these neighborhoods, they would mark their territory with graffiti like this one here, and to enter into a neighborhood, you would have to receive permission from a gang member to enter. I met this teenager right here, and he shared a story about how one of his friends did not receive permission from a gang member to enter into a neighborhood, and he never came back. ¿Qué pasaría a la gente que vinieron aquí sin saber lo que estaban haciendo?
Literalmente no podías entrar, como te digo, o sea, aquí fue una zona muy complicada, la verdad. Desde que entraba, los miraban los manchones en las paredes.
¿Y ha tenido algunas experiencias con algunos banderos o algo que se asustó mucho?
Sí, una vez que bajaron a un cipote de la buceta, tenía 11 años, y lo bajaron con qué, respectivamente con machete en mano. Fíjense que la verdad, desde que lo bajaron, ya no se supo nada de él, y a uno, como siempre le decían, ver, oír y callar.
Ahí tienes familiares que también han, tal vez algunos familiares, amigos que fueron matados por algunos pandilleros o maras.
Uno.
¿Cuántos años tenía?
Tenía 13 años él cuando lo desaparecieron los muchachos.
Desapareció y ¿sabe qué pasó?
Pues a él, enfrente mío, lo agarraron y lo metieron en un carro y ya nunca más se supo de él. Golpe emocional, la verdad, porque sí, era que mi amigo de infancia, pues, estábamos chiquitos los dos, nos vimos crecer, y para que enfrente mío fuera algo así, golpe fuerte, la verdad.
Pero ahora se siente como usted puede caminar y que puede salir y hacer.
Sí, ahora se puede hacer muchas cosas. Antes uno iba a la cancha en la noche, pero ya sabía que exactamente a tales horas, ya no, pues, o sea, uno tenía que ir a la casa porque si no, ya tenía problemas con él. Ahora uno puede salir, puede andar trabajando y es mucho que mejor, la verdad.
He escuchado que como si usted viniera a una de estas colonias con algún tipo de ropa, tampoco podría entrar y les matarían o cosas así.
Sí, la verdad que sí.
And sadly, there are many more stories just like this, and it makes you realize why El Salvador has to be so ruthless and strategic with these gang members, because if the government doesn't stop them, who will? Now we are moving to a new area. We went through these little passages here inside these streets. There's nothing going on. They did a check down on this guy right here. They made sure he wasn't doing anything bad. They checked for his tattoos. But now we are going to a new area inside of this neighborhood because there's nothing going on over here. All the people seem very happy with what's actually going on. It's super interesting talking to these people because they're actually excited that the police are coming to their home versus a member of a gang such as MS-13 coming to their home, extortionizing them for their rent or extortionizing them for whatever it might have been. But now the people are actually excited when the police come to their house, and the people that are bad obviously are running away, trying to get away from these guys. And we're waiting for any cars that may have drugs or any suspicious activity. I was talking to one of the police officers. I said, what do you guys look for when you guys are trying to stop these people? And the police officer said, well, they look nervous when they come by us. If we think they might have any drugs or be in a car where they could potentially be bringing them in or something that looks somewhat suspicious. Anything that looks suspicious. They just hopped on the bus and called for all the men to hop off, and now they're doing a shakedown on every single one of these guys, making sure, checking their identities, making sure they don't have anything in their backpacks, any drugs with them, any guns. Right now, they're checking this guy for any tattoos. A lot of the people you can see from their bags, they're just coming back from work, but the police are doing this because they don't want to show any mercy to anybody here inside the country of El Salvador to make sure that they don't have anything, any sort of tattoo, any gang affiliation with them. So, Samuel, when they're coming through here, and we're walking through the neighborhood right now, what are the police officers looking for?
Están buscando personas sospechosas para bueno, revisarlo, pedirles sus documentos y ver en el sistema de la policía si tienen algún tema pendiente con la ley.
Yeah.
Si lo tienen, venga para acá.
And so how could they know if they're up to something suspicious?
Las personas, los pandilleros anteriormente, tenían forma de vestir, forma de sentarse. O sea, la policía sabe quién es.
The police heard strange noise coming from a nearby house, so we went in and entered this man's home to check what was going on. Permiso. We're inside this guy's house right now. We're looking around, trying to see if anything is in here. Or even checking the ovens to make sure that there are no sort of drugs or any hidden objects inside. Creo que está bien. No había nada. Imagine if your life was once controlled by gang members, and your day-to-day you were worried about a member of MS-13 or Barrio 18 to come through here, but now you actually have a whole group of police officers that come in and check on you and make sure that everything is good in your house. If you think about it, the changes they have made here inside this country are pretty dang amazing, from the most dangerous country in the world to now the safest country in the Western Hemisphere. It's pretty amazing. And while everybody's in traffic, we're getting escorted throughout the streets. We got the escort going right now. If you're stayed here and you finished the video, thank you so much for watching this video. Subscribe so you never miss a video. And I promise you guys, I'm not stopping. So keep watching these videos, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.